So, one of the more mysterious aspects of the garment manufacturing and apparel industry is pricing. How do we arrive at a retail price? Where do these numbers come from? It all originates from your cost. So, let's define the terms what a cost is and what a price is. A cost is something you pay to have something made. A price is what your customer pays you to purchase that item. So, in the case of our fashion and apparel industry, let's put together what's called a pricing sheet, a costing sheet that itemizes everything that goes into making a particular garment. In this case, we've put together a costing sheet for a t shirt, and we call this My Favorite T shirt. And in My Favorite T shirt, we have fabric that costs about $4.25 a yard, but we're using a little bit less than a yard, 0.92 0.92 of a yard, so a little bit less than a yard that goes into making this one shirt. So the cost of the fabric for this shirt is $3.91. This shirt does not have secondary fabric, does not have any trim like buttons or zippers. The cut, make, and trim cost, for example, for this shirt would be about $8.50. And these are generalized numbers. These aren't, every factory, and certainly your fabric may cost more than $4.25 or it may cost less, but these are just random numbers to help understand and drive a point home. That your cut, make, and trim cost may be $8.50. Your garment labels will cost, let's say, about 50 cents, and that's your care label, your brand label that gets sewn in to the garment. Maybe you have some hang tags that you want to attach, all that all inclusive. Let's say it's about 50 cents. Your packaging will be about 5 cents. Let's say you're putting everything folded in a standard garment style poly bag, Ziploc style poly bag that it's folded and stuffed into. And then your shipping cost is about 25 cents. If you're making 300 shirts and your shipping cost is 25 cents, that means it's $75. Let's say it's 2 boxes or 3 boxes to ship your finished production to you. Now, that might be to you, to your home. That might be to you, to a warehouse somewhere, or to a third-party logistics operations that you've set up. But whatever location they're shipping to, it'll cost about 25 cents per shirt. So if we take all of our costs for this particular shirt and add it up, we're looking at $13.21. Now, again, if you're manufacturing in the USA, if you're manufacturing overseas, your cut, make, and trim cost might be half of the $8.50, so $4.25, and your $4.25 fabric cost may be less than that. So again, it's just depending on where you're manufacturing. If you're going to manufacture overseas and you reduce these costs, well, you have other costs like shipping and freight, customs, and so forth, taxes and tariffs. So in this particular case, assuming you're manufacturing this shirt in the US and it's costing $13.21, that is the foundation, the base that we're going to have to work from to arrive at a retail price.